Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I wanted to go over the Chapter 13 review with you before you fill it out. This is a printed version of the Chapter 13 review that you will see on your screen. There are some slight differences in the printed version, but the directions are the same, so I think you'll be able to figure it out. Here in the first section, Section A, you're going to be asked to identify all the adjectives, including articles, demonstratives, and proper adjectives. So you will see that you have the words of the sentence are listed here, and then you have categories: regular adjective, article, demonstrative, proper adjective, noun, or verb. So you will go by each one of these words and you will mark one oval beside each word depending on what kind of word it is. Is it a regular adjective, an article, a demonstrative, a proper adjective, or a noun, or the verb of the sentence? You may find it helpful to write these sentences on a sheet of notebook paper and to mark the sentence with the sentence pattern and to put parentheses around the prepositional phrases. That might help you when you are determining what to mark. Also remember that adjectives describe nouns. Now I'll have to turn pages, but you'll just scroll down. So there's question 2, question 3, and then we get to new directions. It says identify the adverbs in each sentence, list them in the order they appear in the sentence. Some sentences have more than one adverb. Please type like this. Remember last week we had an issue where if you didn't type it the exact way I did, it counted it wrong even though you were right? Well, if you type the first adverb, no uppercase, comma, and if there's a second adverb, you type the second adverb, you won't have the problem with it counting it wrong. But remember, Ms. Pike and I will check over these papers and make sure that the computer graded them correctly. We're not going to just count it wrong. If the computer counted it wrong and you have it right, we will make a correction. So here you'll see these sentences, and you have a blank. Here on the blank was where you will type whatever adverbs are in these 3 sentences. Then you have sentence patterns. You have this sentence, and you have to figure out the sentence pattern. Again, for the adverb section and for the sentence pattern section, you may find it helpful to write these on a sheet of notebook paper and to label the sentences, mark the prepositions, because then it's much easier to find the adjectives, the adverbs, and also the sentence pattern for this section of the test. So there are 3 sentence pattern questions. Then you get to adding ER and EST. Again, you're going to type your answer. You'll put the ER word with the out of capital, comma, 1 space, and your second word with EI or EST, or whatever you need to do for it. So there's 3 of those. Remember, if you don't type it just like I did in the answer blank, it may count it wrong, but Ms. Pike and I will be checking. But it would help us out if you'll type your answer, the first one, comma, 1 space, your second answer. And there are 3 adjectives that you're being asked to add, actually 4, ER and EST. The next section, it says choose the correct adjective or adverb for each sentence. So this is pretty simple. You'll have your sentence. You have 2 choices in parentheses. You mark whichever one fits best in that sentence. So there's 3 like that. You read the sentence, choose which adjective or adverb is correct, and that is what you will mark. The same for these 2. Or actually, there's 3 of them. 4. It goes through number 19. I know this thing's numbered crazy. That's why I'm having trouble. It's when you print it, it does crazy things. And then 1 more where you choose the correct adjective or adverb. Then you get to this section, conjunctions. Now, I know today yesterday, people had some trouble with the conjunction area. This is what is important. You need to write this down on a sheet of paper. You need to label the parts of the sentences. You need to circle the conjunction. Now that's going to be and, or but. That's the conjunction. So that is all. You'll type that one word on this blank here. Then after you have labeled this sentence and you decide what is being joined, it has to be one of these things. You pick the one that shows what was being joined, and that's all you have to do. And it's the same thing. Write the sentence on a piece of notebook paper, label it, find the sentence pattern, write down what the conjunction is, tell what's being joined, and then it goes on and you have a couple more. And that is the end of the review. So when you are studying, you need to complete this review. You can go back and watch the video from each morning that we have done an English lesson. I also posted every picture from the book of each page with the explanation and example, so you have that to study as well. Your test is very similar to this review page. And remember, if you have any questions, please reach out to Mrs. Pike or myself through text or email, and we will gladly help you. Good luck and do a great job. I know you will.